how to present creativity process from the scratch, and how to give first insights into these topics. I was invited to create 6 creativity lectures for entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs. The idea was to offer 6 3-hour workshops in which I could explain the creativity theory and give some examples from praxis. So I started with first training, which was called creativity. I talked about creativity topic and how it is part of all of us, but mostly we don't know how to engage into that state and be able to create ideas. I used examples of known creative persons and companies which were built on ideas. The main topics were: what is creativity? Creativity process of artists, process of biggest innovators, examples from the past, how to awaken creativity, learn to know yourself, inspire yourself, make a program for creative process. The expected result was that participants were able to find their own creativity and creative technique which suits them. They should also find a pattern similar to some famous innovator and use it in the future. The second training was called Innovators and Innovation. The main topic was about making innovation the part of company's bloodstream. I started with examples how innovations are created. This was followed with examples of creative entrepreneurs. Later I tried to explain innovation process, how to create it from the scratch, how to make it simple, usable and measurable. Then I focused on innovators and what make them successful with examples of widely known companies and innovators. Also, I made a small introduction to the world of inventions and patents. The result of this training should be an ability to create a model of innovation process for all participants. The third training was Creative Cards and Innovation Plan. I had my own tool, Creative Cards, and it helps to trigger new ideas or to reshape old ideas. We used cards to reformulate participants' ideas by answering the what-if questions which are stated on the cards. So first we used 3 random cards for that, and later everyone had the opportunity to choose the best fitted cards for them. Next step was to sketch new ideas on available templates. The result was to quickly find new ways, new opportunities or new features for already existing ideas. Next part of this workshop was to create innovation plan. We now have an idea, but we don't know what are the next steps. So what to do in day 10? What to do in day 50, what to do in day 100. With using small exercise, we was able to create the first sketch of innovation plan. Next training, fourth training was motivation and improvements. I focus on motivation and the difference of organizational innovation climate and the creativity of individual that mostly don't fit to it. Again, I used examples from the past and tried to explain how writers are doing it, where they find their own motivation. Also, it was important to emphasize how architects are doing it and how they find their own motivation. The result was to find the own motivation channel for every participant. So what will push you forward and how to make a way to motivate yourself constantly. This is the kind of result that I expected at the end of this training. Next part of this workshop was improvements and how to make small ideas matter. I talk about what kind of improvements exist and why are they important for every organization. What are the key points to make improvements process or program, and how to motivate people to share or submit their own improvement ideas. I gave a bunch of success stories, and as a result everyone was able to find a way to create an improvement in their own environment. The next training, fifth training, was innovation workshop, and first I shared my experience, what should be done before the workshop, how to invite participants and how to choose them, where to hold it, how much people should be invited at all, and which creative method to use. The key element is to choose the right topic, of course, but also it is essential to know the way how to explain it. So we took a topic from one of participants and started the brainstorming workshop and created a bunch of ideas. Later I talk what should be done after the workshop, how to select and evaluate ideas. Also participants should know the right way to present their ideas. Sixth training was about entrepreneurship. First I gave a small introduction how to manage innovation in a company. Then we focus on entrepreneurial climate which should exist or should be created. Without it, internal entrepreneur don't have a chance. It is essential to find the key persons who can enable this process and make the right climate. Next step should be the right education, which should enable the creation of entrepreneurial mindset. The result was to enable participants to think in this way and create this approach in their own environment. The next phase of this whole training program is a new set of workshops which will be done in the near future, and the topics will be how to manage technology trends, how to use gaming, how to think laterally, how to prototype, use pivoting, think agile, and create creative environment at the end.
More on innovation in IT podcast in next episodes. You can find more information on website 7innovation.net. Also, more information on this topic could be found in the book Developing Innovation, Innovation Management in IT Companies.